All right. There. Start the recording.
Just 2 pumps 3 times a day, William. You'll be fine.
How you know that bothers me, but I'll ask later.
Fair enough.
Thank you, William. I bought it.
Oh,
No. Heather,
Well,
Heather,
you
that
know
was
what?
for him, not for you.
It always happens right after I start.
Wrong timing.
Okay. So where we left off last, you were inside of Emil's shop, if I remember correctly. I know that Ryan had finally acquired that box he's been looking for since the very beginning. What other tidbits did y'all pick up last time?
We got rings,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
One from Modair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right, Modair. William got one that does something that I don't remember.
It's either a ring of armor or it's a ring of
Something not good. What?
Disposal.
Disposal.
I'm immune to I would be immune to necrotic damage.
Yep.
I would be. Depending on which one it is.
Yeah. And
50-50 shot.
Like the thing you need to know though is that either way, the ring is helpful, sort of, but more specifically, a ring of armor is going to give you a +1 to your AC. So, well, I know every one helps. It is only one, so weigh that. Also, if you try to use a new ring, that usually requires attunement.
Screw it. I stuck it on.
I mean, you're welcome to wear it. That's the thing, is that, like, for instance, you also could equip your magic shield and not actually use any of its magical abilities, and it is still a shield.
That's handy to know. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point, is that the attunement is that you are attuned to the magic of the item, not to the item itself. It's not like all of a sudden, because you already have too many magic items, you can't use a sword.
Gotcha. Okay.
Also, just gonna throw it out there. Our fabulous DM told everybody to update their Zoom. I did not. Just throwing it out there.
You were on with me that.
I know.
God.
You tell me to update Zoom?
I put it in the Slack. I did not tell you.
Okay. I thought that I didn't remember hearing.
No, really, it's not a thing that I told anyone they had to do. I just said in case something acts like automatically updates you later, I hope it doesn't. But Ryan and Heather were in Zoom with me when I found that out.
This is true.
Shit.
Look, it's been a day, okay? I'd go into it, but it's being recorded and we have other things to do. Anyway.
Awesome. And I believe I've already, yeah, Brooke, you still have that 20 going for Iron Spine for as far as being able to overcome his control. You should know, though, that if you try to do anything that would be against him, it is still, like, he still gets to roll against those things. For instance, if you wanted to attack him or you wanted to try and probe his mind further to get somewhere deeper in there, you'd have to make rolls to do those things. But as far as him being able to control you and move you around and make you do what he wants, he can't do that. You, however, cannot shut him up, so he's still there.
Yes.
Okay, so sorry.
I was going to say, did we get everything out of Emil's shop that we needed? I couldn't remember if we had resolved everything there.
Can I do an investigation check, see if there's anything else that could be helpful to us while we're in here?
Sure.
This is why you pre-roll your dice.
That's a 10.
That sure is.
So I'm sorry, but you don't find anything that sticks out to you. Um, you can find some mundane things, and if the one thing that you found that actually is magical that seems not unique but handy is not something that is incredibly valuable, but it is something that's not usually seen this side of the world. And they're called torch sticks, and they are little glow sticks that have their end is actually a crystalline piece that glows the same amount of light you would get from an actual torch, except they're waterproof and they're limitless.
That's
Mhm.
cool.
If they're broken, though, they do not ignite again,
Okay.
but it's a pack of 10.
I'm gonna ask Emil if he cares if I pick that up.
He just waves a hand at you like it doesn't matter.
Sweet. Got me some glow sticks.
Is there any light weapons in this room?
Do you mean not heavy weapons, or do you mean weapons with light properties? Because those are two things.
Fair. Magical or non-magical, either or, but weapons that are light in weight. They
Okay.
classify as a light weapon.
Um,
For example, hand axe, short sword.
you're really not going to find a lot of that in here. So
Okay.
Emil's shop, even when it was in full bloom, didn't deal in a lot of like arms and armaments. It mostly dealt in antiquities. So you'd find lots of like rings and bracelets and crowns and boxes and things like that. Things that rich people would want to put on a shelf and go, I have a magic box. Not quite as much of a draw when you could go to any armor or blacksmith anywhere and get yourself a really nice sword. When you're in a city as big as Reef is, it's a lot of competition for weaponry. But how many people have bags of holding?
Good point.
Mm.
One more question. I think this to myself. Thorm, is there anything in here that appeals to you?
Hmm.
That's smart.
You'll have to excuse me, I hadn't thought about that. Hmm.
I was gonna say good job. And like,
No, I know. That's like a badge of honor among some people.
yeah,
It's on video.
Right.
it is
For posterity.
pretty.
Um,
That must be what I look like.
actually, yes. Um,
Yes, that's what I look like, or yes, there's something interesting.
yes, there's something in this room that is interesting to him. And he puts the image in your head, though you can't see it in plain sight. He can smell it. There is a potion that is in a almost a cube-shaped bottle with a big black stopper on the top of it that looks like a mushroom. The stuff that's inside is not a potion. Do not open it or it will harm you. But if you can find it in here, that could be very beneficial.
Is it Gargalar?
It is not Gargalar. We already know where Gargalar is. We left Gargalar with Timothy.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, we had a callback to that, I think, yesterday with me and Ryan. Oh, yeah, Gargalar's over there with Timothy underneath the. Oh, wow.
Can I combine skills?
What do you mean?
For example, can I use what I thought in the head and try to think to myself, where would I hide that while doing an do it as an insight and doing an investigation to try to find it?
Wow.
You're not in an initiative order, so there isn't like an amount of time you have to spend on one thing or another.
Okay.
So I'm going to sort of rule this in two ways for you. First of all, you can't do two skill checks at the same time. However, you do have basically unlimited time here, so you can do one and then the other one.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do an investigation and just take my time around the room.
Okay.
I trust Thorm, so I'm very interested in what he's found. And the universe did not fucking hear me.
Holy shit!
I didn't even know that was possible.
That is a nat 1 and a -1 modifier.
Can I aid him in his investigation just so that he doesn't fall on his face and break his nose?
I don't think you want to, because I think anyone who aids me is going to dive down the same black hole I just
No,
found
like-
myself in.
The,
Oh, we'll get you out.
the thing I love, honestly, is that William, you were the first person in this game to roll a 1.
And that's why we call it rolling.
You are now also the first person in our game to roll a 0.
No, that's a -1. That is a -1.
No, that's a 0.
That's a 0. You have a
You
1.
roll the 1 and you have a -1 to it. So you
one,
got
so
0.
it becomes a 0.
Oh, I got you.
But can I aid William in his investigation?
I'm gonna actually say no, only because this is something that William declared specifically was going on in his head.
Yeah. Okay.
So if it wasn't, then it would have been something that I could have said, well, maybe he was talking about it out loud for some reason, but he specifically said he wasn't. So you might see him looking around, but not enough that you would be like, well, I gotta help him find the thing.
Hmm.
However,
So,
hang tight. So you search around the room, and he had said that there was a huge pile of things that were basically worthless. And behind that, there's a cabinet that is ajar, and basically everything has been scooped out of it. But you can see tucked back in the very back, in the darkest piece of this spider web kept little cabinet, the outline of the jar that he explained to you. This image that came to you, you can see just barely the silhouette of it.
Don't touch it. You rolled a 0. Don't touch it.
So now, William, is your insight roll. Because does Amir see that and then go, no, that's fine, I'll do that. That's a 12. So I'm going to say that while you found this thing and stumbled into it, Emir thinks that this thing is not harmful, but that before he pulls it out, he should probably tell someone he found it.
Emil,
Hmm.
I would very much like to acquire this, depending on the cost of it. What is it?
He comes over and looks where you're looking and shakes his head. I don't see anything. What is it?
Oh, that makes me really curious. Hold on, universe, watch this. And I very, very carefully, taking my time, reach in, and I grab the bottle and slide it towards me so I can get a better look at it in the light.
Okay. I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I mean, that's cool.
Stay in the cart, William.
Let's be honest. Amir doesn't know how to stay in the cart.
It's okay.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw or check?
Constitution saving throw.
Well, at least he has a +5 to that.
Awesome.
Hey, that's not bad.
Okay, so I am going to describe this for the group, and then I am going to describe this for you. Okay, William? So hang tight a minute. For
First goof of the night.
for the whole rest of you that are in this room, you sort of see this interaction between Emil and Amir as they're talking about something. He's pointing off into the cabinet, and Amir reaches into the cabinet, and then you see the entire upper half of Amir's body go inside the cabinet, and his legs are sticking out. And the only reason why they're sticking out is because they're so bowed out that they can't get through the cabinet. So you see him stuck underneath this thing, kicking, flailing wildly. Emil is now wrapped around one leg and trying to pull on him back. From Amir's point of view, Amir reaches out and touches the thing, and as soon as he does, he is yanked forward as hard as he can through this sort of almost a vellum, like a thin sheen, sheer, impermeable membrane. Think the way that like a bubble separates two sections of air.
Okay.
You get pulled through that, and on the other side, it is bitter fucking cold. It is ice cold, and you can feel your entire body withering. And this thing that you are holding onto is being held onto by something else.
Get out of the bed.
And you look up into these two big green glowing eyes as Emil yanks you back through into the room. You're now holding on to the potion.
Is the cap on it?
Um, the cap is on it. However, William, I want you to, let's see, you made the con save at 14, then you only need to make the charisma save. Make a charisma save for me.
I finally have bonuses in that. It's a long story.
Oh.
You have a +7 to your charisma
Holy
save?
fuck!
Ooh. Coming back real strong.
So William, you are absolutely 100% unsure of what the hell it is you just saw.
Okay.
No, hold on. Let me get there. You are 100% unsure of what the hell it is you just saw. That thing that you encountered was beyond description. In fact, so much so that your brain has a hard time holding on to its picture. All you can really remember are those big green glowing eyes. And this sort of cold, icy grip sort of inches its way down inside of you. And you can feel this fear sinking into your core. And then it just, you shudder it off. And you're left there sort of breathing heavily, like you just came out of a deep sleep. And everything that you just experienced is telling you that you need to go home and leave behind everything that you thought was safe for something you know is safe. But everything that is inside of you right now knows that that is just evil trying to push you around. That's what a 25 in charisma gets you, is that no matter how hard this pushes you with fear, you overcome it.
That's badass.
So yeah, you saw something you probably shouldn't have. But you don't know what, and no one else experienced it but you.
I turn, and as I'm doing this, I take the bottle and actually put it into one of the inner pockets of my armor. Probably the left side pouch. You know what I'm talking about? Okay.
As you turn around to face the rest of the group, everyone, you can see that Amir's hair has gone stark snow white.
Wow.
Keep going, William. I'm curious.
I look at Dado and go, I actually thought you were the most evil thing I'd ever come across. Whew, you've got competition.
We'll revisit that another day.
I stumped Miles and Ryan in the same session. Yes.
Right now, we've got fish like Ivor to fry. We'll figure out whatever sucked you into a cabinet some other time.
Do they see the vial, or is it invisible to them?
You put it inside your like vest, right?
So
Or-
I turn towards them and I'm holding it, and then as I'm facing him, I reach into my side pouch and I put it in. So would they see it?
They would be able to see it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was it.
Because that wasn't part of the potion, yeah.
Okay. All right. Who's next?
Actually, so with everyone else seeing it, you're welcome to make an Arcana check now that it's out in the open.
Yes.
In fact, William, you could too if you wanted to, but you didn't really declare that you were doing that. I don't care if you want to, you can. Arcana
Wait,
check.
who are you saying can make the Arcana check, William or
I'm-
somebody else?
I am saying that every person that is in Emil's shop right now that has now seen Emir go and push a potion into part of his vestments, you now can make a roll on Arcana to know what the hell that thing was that he just put in his pocket. That's an 8,
No.
a 15, a 22. That is a stout 22. Okay, well, Torch with a nat fucking 20.
Way to go, boss.
Holy hell. Okay.
Boss knows what it is.
What you have inside of that vial is a portable hole. Got to be careful with them, though. They're very dangerous. You put them on something, there's immediately a hole there. I mean, I know that's the point, but the reason why it's contained inside of this kind of vessel, this jar, is that the only thing that it can't go through is glass, weirdly enough.
And this
So-
one seems to lead someplace not good.
Well, this one's in a jar. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
Or, well, it's a flask, basically.
I don't know. I won't metagame this, but I'm curious. Would she know whether or not it's it's recoverable? Or is it one-time use?
Oh, yeah, with a nat fucking 20. Yes, here, hold on. Let me get the fucking stat sheet.
Kelly, by the way, I didn't forget. I have not picked on you yet. I am saving it.
Oh, okay, thanks.
He asked me to wait till the end.
Oh no, what did I do?
Kelly, I'm not forgetting either. I will definitely be picking on William at some point in time in the game.
I haven't forgotten either. Everyone's allowed to pick on Brooke. There you go. I'll just put it into the Zoom chat. I'm also going to put it in the session chat in case anyone wants to see it. There we are.
And nobody tell Miles about the chat. Leave it alone. Don't tell him. It's not important yet.
I already know that there is some sort of messaging going back and forth between Ryan and Brooke, because Brooke had so many shifty, shady, fun ideas last night that she couldn't keep to herself, and she didn't want to tell me. And so she's like, I'm going to forget everything. And I said, text Ryan. Ryan would love to hear all of your things.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ah,
We're exchanging cookie recipes. Thank you very much.
They are amazing cookie recipes. There's chocolate chip and a whole bunch of gross things.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
you're muted.
Hi. It's my dunce tab now, please.
You know, I honestly wish, like, with all of the AI we've got right now, why doesn't Zoom have a thing that pings on your screen that says you're talking, but your mic is off?
It does.
It does.
Teams
If
does
you're
that
muted and
as
you start talking, it shows up at the top that says if you want to unmute temporarily, hit these buttons.
Yeah. Teams does that too. That we use Teams at work.
We don't talk about evil things, okay?
I wish I didn't have to talk about fucking Teams. I hate it.
What about that? That is Teams. We don't talk about that.
We could just not talk about anything. Microsoft.
Everything the light touches can be yours. Okay. Hold on.
Oh, that's sad.
Starting to get.
Fine.
There we are.
In reading the thing about the portable hole, I always thought that if you put a portable hole inside of a bag of holding, you destroyed the universe. This just says you get a one-way trip to the astral plane.
That's
Ooh,
correct.
is that good?
So here's the fun.
Not
It-
nearly as cool as destroying the world.
It doesn't work the same both ways. If you put a portable hole inside of a bag of holding, that gives you a direct portal to the astral plane. If you take a bag of holding and put it inside of a portable hole, it collapses in on itself and destroys a 60-foot radius around it.
Oh, okay. Well, that
So
makes sense.
let's keep the bag of holding and the portable hole separate.
Right.
Because they are two extra dimensional spaces. It's no different than if you were like, I'm going to take the Feywild and the material plane and make it the same. They don't like
saying
that.
saying that Torch has a bag of holding. Torch has a bag of holding. I have a bag of devouring, and now Ymir has a portable hole.
What happens if you put that in a bag of devouring?
Probably the same thing.
Okay. I have a follow-up question I will send you in the chat.
Okay, this will be good.
Me? Or
That's not how that works. We're a team. We share as a team.
I would love to share some things with you, but it would be metagaming, so we have to wait.
Oh, yeah, I'm never okay with that. Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Kelly, first of all, you do get just everything you could possibly know about a portable hole. In fact, probably so well that your character's seen them in action. They're rare. They are a rare item, but they're not unheard of. They're the kind of things that like really rich people might have one. Really good thieves might have them so they can pop in and out. Like you might have seen a pirate use it to pop inside of somebody's ship hold without having to actually take the ship. It's the kind of stuff that you could really do some crazy, amazing stuff with, but they are incredibly dangerous if used poorly. Also, they're the kind of thing that are not easily found, so that's regardless of what else is going on story-wise. That is definitely a very rare thing for Emil to have in his shop.
Sent you my question.
So can we use it to go anywhere we want, or does it always go back to the same spot?
I mean, she would know this.
I think I might have stumped Miles with my question.
No, I have to look up the rules.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. That's an interesting concept, and I am always down for chaos.
What is River's alignment?
I think we just found it.
Use the friend.
Where is that on the character sheet?
Don't know.
Class, condition, action. Quick, anyone, where is alignment on a character sheet?
I'm not sure. I was looking myself. I don't know.
Okay.
I
a really good
don't know that
question.
it's on your character sheet.
Is that just the thing that you like decide?
Yeah, it's something you would have decided when you created your
Declare
character.
what your alignment is. You don't put it in your character sheet.
Which is weird because that's a pretty important thing.
I'm probably chaotic good. I
Mhm.
think River's chaotic good.
I mean, you say it's a important thing. Lord Daddy says, meh. Kind of care, kind of don't.
I can hear Miles' keyboard from the other room.
For the longest time, that my favorite joke to make to my kids was, "I'm as innocent as the day I was born," until my 16-year-old daughter finally went, "Don't you claim your mom was a demon?"
Jesus Dominus.
Okay, I think that's a satisfying answer.
Okay.
I think this is as good as I'm gonna get right now.
I don't think I avoided the question.
I don't.
Oh, description.
It's a thing that talks about
It's-
a place or
It's
thing.
on the description tab for your character sheet. It will
Oh,
give your alignment. Also, all the other details that you might have possibly added. For example, your height, your weight, the eyes, the color of your eyes.
okay, chaotic neutral. That tracks.
Wait,
Those are-
wait. Lord Daddy's chaotic neutral. You're a whole lot nicer than Lord Daddy is.
We do chaotic neutral very differently, and that's okay.
We did. You know, you're
mean-
a person who likes it when other people live.
Depends on the people. Okay, where are we?
It also that is like the cheerier version of exactly the same thing that Lord Dadu says. It's the same shit. You both have the same motto. One of you just says it like confetti, and one of you says it like lightning.
Oh, I want to get some confetti now.
I want to get some lightning.
You had it in your background a little while ago.
Gonna say.
I
Wait.
did. And then I thought if this ever goes on YouTube and everything, then I don't know if Adobe's going to get mad at me for using their stock image.
Oh.
Good
You're
point.
not wrong. An AI out there might detect that. Okay. So other than that regularly unscheduled thing, what's next? Anything else here?
I want to
Wow.
ask Emil if there's anything in the shop that I can have.
What do you
He and Emil are buddies, remember?
Uh-huh. Yeah. What is it you're looking for?
I don't know. Chaotic, neutral, chaotic.
Cool.
I believe that she needs something that could protect her from undead.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
She has that. It's a paladin.
Isn't there a ring I can
With the
wear?
sunblade.
Look, there's not a
Dwarven shield.
whole shop that is going to kill a zombie any better than you right now.
Okay.
But yeah, you want something in this shop? Go ahead and roll me a persuasion with advantage.
Okay. Persuasion with advantage.
At least it's a 14.
Oh, this is 7. I thought it was a 1 and I was gonna laugh. Okay.
Okay. Let me look at Emil's sheet.
I basically just like bounced over to Emil and I was like, can I have something cool?
I know.
So just
Well, and the thing is, like, he's got a whole bunch of stuff in here. The reality is I've just been letting people ask for things and I'm saying yes or no. And so now I'm gonna have to go and look on his actual fucking sheet and tell you what actually. This is just a
And see?
massive inconvenience for me.
Again, two different sides of the coin right there. Because Dada would grab him by the shirt and go, I want something. She goes, do you have something?
Yeah, Adu has got past the point of yanking him around by his shirt. Now I just look at him like I'm gonna kill him. And I might or might not cast prestidigitation on my eyes so lightning comes around them and say, hey, what do you got that I can use? But at least I'm not physically harming him anymore.
Ooh.
Says the guy almost killed him.
Can I have winged boots? Does he have any winged
I
boots?
almost killed you.
Wounded. Well, not even close.
A
You
broom
were
of-
a level 3 and I took half your hit points.
Is there
No,
a broom of
Sorry, I
flying?
would have, but you had temporary hit points.
Miles, Emil,
Miles Emil.
is there a broom of flying in this shop?
A brew of flying?
I googled cool objects. VSID. I have a list. Are you ready? Winged boots,
Oh no, she knows how to use Google them too.
belt of giant strength, amulet of the plains, which sounds really cool. Broom of flying. Hello. Let's see. Ooh,
Just-
a ring of invisibility. I would love one of those.
Okay, so let me actually, instead of just continuing to Google query me exactly what magic items Emil has, let me tell you what he has that he can offer you.
Okay, great.
He's got a necklace that's supposed to be good at healing you. And then there's a book that's supposed to make it a lot easier for you to understand other books. And also there is a cloak that makes it easier for you to sneak around.
Okay, so
Good.
that first and third one, especially with you having what's his name?
I was gonna say I wanted the necklace, but I like that cloak. Can I have both?
Oh, look at her. She's like, can I both?
Hey, wait a minute. She can do things you that the rest of us technically can't.
Because I'm River.
You're not wrong.
You have
I'm
no
talking about,
You
go
have-
get you ice cream or make you dinner. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, right.
You want me to make you dinner, William? You never
That'd be-
asked.
So can I have the necklace?
I'm gonna get my notebook. Hold on.
Yeah, Miles, there's this chili recipe you showed me a while back. I would love some of that sometime.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I
Heather, you're taking notes. April 16th, 2024. He offered to make us food. I want witnesses to this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Technically, they offered to make you food,
Not all of us.
not the rest of us.
She mentioned chili and he got excited. That counts.
it's how I work.
Okay, so
Can you have what? Both chili and
necklace and cloak.
I'll give you both if you can do me something.
Ooh.
Whoa. Do we need to leave?
I'll
This
say.
is a meal.
Jordan,
This is a meal to River, not Miles to Brooke.
Still, do we need to leave?
Do me a favor. I'm going to give you something. It's not
Okay.
especially important for me, and it's definitely not helpful for you. But it's going to piss the dwarf off a whole lot if he can't have it. And that makes me happy a little.
Okay.
Hold up.
Wait a minute. Do I have to promise not to give it to him or something?
You have to promise that under no circumstances can he have it, touch it, or be able to look at it directly.
now why doesn't he give this to Lord Daddy? Lord Daddy would love this.
Yeah, because it's a lot more fun to see River do it.
I'm so sorry, William. Deal. Okay, I want the necklace and the cloak. What do you want me to keep away from the mirror?
So he reaches into his vest pocket and pulls out a teeny tiny vial about the size of a thimble. It's filled with a swirling gold liquid. And when he hands it over to you, you can see a lightning bolt go through it. Just
What is it?
it's a potion of storm giant strength. They're very volatile. They're the kind of thing that can change somebody's life for an hour. And it would make him feel very, very strong. And I like it when he's not that strong.
Okay, so he's not allowed to touch the bottle.
He's not allowed to touch it. He's allowed to know it exists. I want him to feel like he really wants it.
Okay, but he's not allowed to touch the bottle.
This
He's
is
not-
all out loud in front of you, Amir.
I'm just confirming the rules here. I don't want to break rules because that's important to me. He's not allowed to touch the bottle, and he's not allowed to see it.
He's not allowed to touch the bottle. He's not allowed to look at it directly. And you are under no circumstances allowed to let him have it or consume it.
Oi! It's about the mask thing. Because that one's done a lot worse to you.
River,
Shut up. I'm talking.
River.
Oh,
Emil has said nothing about giving it to me.
I put the little vial in my pocket,
Mm.
and we move on.
No, it has absolutely nothing to do with what you did when you took that mask without asking me nicely. When you robbed me when you first entered the city. No, it's not has anything to do about that. Nor does it have to do with when you used the same mask that you stole from me to then extort me secretly with your friend here. Has nothing to do with that either.
I wasn't involved in that.
It definitely has nothing to do with all the times that you have been deceitful and lying and manipulative to me. As a paladin, you should probably feel pretty bad for yourself. Right?
I agree with that statement. I 100% agree with that statement.
And Lord Dadu at that point is gonna flaunt the mask right in front of Emil.
Oh, come the fuck on!
I was waiting for it. I swear to God, I was waiting for it.
Okay.
But I look at Emil in the face and I point out something very important. Of everyone here, No one expected the paladin to be able to pull that off. And what glory I have for being able to pull off some nonsense like that on someone who is as accomplished in the merchant arts as you are.
You're terrible
could-
at lying. So terrible at lying.
And then Lord Dadu's gonna tap him on the shoulder and say, I can lie for a living.
Emil's gonna wave River closer, out of everyone's earshot. You can make a roll if you want to try.
Ooh, what's the roll?
It's going to be a perception at disadvantage.
Wow.
Oh wait, should I cup this ear? I was cupping my ear.
Uh, when you do that, most of your head disappears into the virtual.
Yeah, I know. Oh, these things are really tight on my head.
Sorry.
Heather,
Yes.
while they do that, I'm going to go ahead and show you proof that I'm pretty sure you're right.
Oh,
Somebody
I'm
likes
just
it.
sitting here and she was cuddled up with her sister, dropped her like a bad habit and came over.
That's your baby.
Mhm.
I think so.
so cute.
It's been like 12 years since an animal's actually chosen. Well, cat.
Toxoplasmosis.
a cat.
It's not a cat, it's a kitten. Toxoplasmosis, you're doomed.
I see Dadu got a 7, so that's not great. With a nat 1. With a nat 1? Holy shit, I just saw that. Okay. Cool.
Lord Dadu definitely doesn't get to hear whatever he's about to say.
Were we all supposed to roll?
Only-
Whoever wanted to.
Anyone that wants to. What's happening is it is now very clearly that Emil is calling River closer and then whispering into River's ear. This is still just one room. It's not like it's a cavernous thing. So if you wanted to listen in, you could, but you would have to actively try to do so. So if you don't listen.
Amir
Sorry.
is actually frustrated. He's going to walk outside the building. He's a little frustrated and he's going to have a very short conversation. I'll tell you once you're done with Brooke, what I was going to say to my inner self.
Okay. Actually, Torch, you got it.
Torch,
Right.
did you roll a disadvantage or did you roll your
I just hit the button. I just hit the
Oh,
button.
can you roll it? Can you roll it one more time then for me? And we'll take the lower of the two. 12 is still enough to hit. Okay.
Nice.
So Emil calls River closer and says, look, everyone here is going to try and pull for themselves. If you are going to keep yourself alive here, you have to do the same. You won't always have everyone looking out for you, and I'm trying to do it right now. Hold on to that for as long as you can. It might save your life.
What?
It might save your life.
It might save your life. I thought you said do not save something. Okay, you got it. I will hold on to it. I will give it to Amir.
He then turns back around and looks Dadu in the face and goes, what in the absolute hell? How long have you had that? And then we're going to cut outside to Emir.
Ooh, inner monologue. Go.
Not long.
Hmm.
Uh
Right, I'm outside with Emir right now.
Amir is takes a few steps away from the building and he holds in his left hand the buckler is affixed to his left gauntlet and he's got the sunblade in his left hand.
You can just
Yeah,
turn off the background, William.
Yeah, we
I
need
might
to
as
see the
well.
kitty.
I might as well.
You've got a buddy.
Yeah, this is Chitara.
So now, how long is it until Emir gets a familiar?
I didn't forget I've been keeping it safe. I even have a name for it. No spoilers. Amir is thinking to himself that this is going to be a very desperate situation. This is going to be a lot of danger. No, the Oni is not the only dangerous thing that we're going to have to deal with, and that was actually pretty hard. And I think to myself that I'm really glad that I have you here with me. If you ever feel like you're in too much danger, or you are in danger of being lost, or if for some reason I'm gonna fall, I hope that your next companion treats you the same way that I have, because you deserve respect and kindness and decency, just like any other sentient being in the galaxy.
You talking to Thorum?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And I am going to keep my word no matter what. That is what a paladin does. That's what a mirror does. And that's just who I am. I have kept my word that I will not deceive in battle, and I never have. And Emil, well, deceiving him led to some things that helped out the group and helped out our mission, not for personal gain.
And that was his fault anyway.
Agreed. But, and however Thorm wants to respond, the truth is, I have really appreciated the friendship that we've had. I've appreciated having you as a companion. And no hard feelings if you find someone else, if we find ourselves in a desperate situation. But I did not want to go into this fight without having plainly and clearly said that.
That's really sweet. Thanks. You do know that I've been with you since you got to this city, right? Like I knew all about all of the lying, all of the deception. I don't
You
know.
make it sound like there was a lot.
There was a lot more than I would expect from somebody like you. In fact, honestly, when you picked me up, I expected I'd be the one corrupting you, and I keep changing more and more every day, and I don't know whether or not I like that, Amir. One of us was supposed to ride out, and one of us was supposed to steer this ship, and I didn't expect it to go this way.
Gotta hide my food from the kittens.
Good luck.
There's only one way out of the city, and that's on our feet. We don't go home otherwise. This place isn't going to last without us. We can't buckle down and wait it out. We can't let somebody else fight it.
All right, we're on the same page. Let's go whoop this guy's ass.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Enough of that mushy stuff. Just God, this is going to be fun. And I
Yeah.
turn towards the back towards the doorway. I apologize for interrupting, but I turn back towards the doorway and go, all right, let's go kick this guy's arse.
Amir, you do know that I've been inside your head this whole time, right?
Oh yeah, I have no problems with that whatsoever.
Okay, good.
You know my intentions. You know what I'm all about, and you know what I'm here for.
That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about all the really soft things. She just, never mind.
Let's just keep that between us.
We'll keep it between us. So back inside, yeah.
Panthro.
You have now been accused of what in the absolute fuck? How long have you had this magic item that you knew was his?
So first off, for clarification purposes, it's not yours. Okay, if you really want to relive our first dealings, Emil, I can do that. I thought we got past that. I thought we were, more on a square basis. But if you really want to go back to when you blatantly deceived Torch over there by giving her this, and I hold up the bag of devouring, instead of the second bag of holding that you were supposed to give her, that you knew that she wanted and everything, we can go back to that. However, I choose to look past that. We happen to get a really nice object in exchange for it. You didn't die. Everybody won. And now with the upcoming battle that we're going to have with the Oni, again, I recently found out he has the ability to go invisible. And this mask will give me the ability to find him when he is visible, so I can light him up so the rest of this group can kick his ass. And that's exactly what I intend to do with it. Now, the rest of the time, the fact that I can be anybody, well, that's just fun.
My point was, how long have you had this mask? Because if you had it when we were in the damn sewer, I would have told you to use it.
Oh, no, I didn't have it then. I got it after a meal, or after Ymir and I sync back up, and we discussed a couple of the finer points of battle strategy. Him being a paladin and all.
I don't think you need anything to help you lie better.
One can always improve one's skills, don't you agree?
Oh, gods. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Do you think we're going to survive this?
I think if we can pull together as a team, and if we can get the right people in this town to help us, and if we take out his lieutenants first, I think we can whoop Ivor's ass. Speaking of that, there's another shop I need to visit and everything. There's someone in there I need to catch up with.
We're in the middle of this and you want to go shopping?
Oh, I'm not going shopping. It's just a chat. And when the Hexblade goddess calls, I will answer her. And she is calling, so I will answer.
He's not going to stop you from leaving.
Well, that's nice. Before I do go, I will say that before we do try to take on these lieutenants or take on Ivor himself, we do need to resync back up at the Rottens, and we do need to get Moldair that ring. Also, when we do finally get there, there's this short little wizard I need to find. Heck, if I can remember his name and everything, but I owe him an arcane battery. And when we're in that tower, I intend to deliver it to him. Because I know you picked it up for me when we were in the night market, Emil.
Yeah,
That battery, and he, at some point, he's got something for me, but that arcane battery, I think, will come in handy for what he wants to power, and that could be another ally on our side.
I still have it stashed. It's really volatile. They can explode very easily if somebody hits them too hard. So I'm hoping that we can get rid of it quickly.
Sadly, he's on the 10th floor or so of Ivor's tower, so we can't get rid of it too quickly. But yeah, as soon as we can get rid of it, I fully intend to. And with that, Lord Daddy's going to start walking out the door.
Follow-
What's that?
I'm following Lord Dadu.
Can I declare that I've been listening to all this, but nosing around for any musical instruments?
Sure. Make me an investigation check.
Kelly, that means you're next.
Ooh, it's a 15. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff around in here. All of his things are sort of antiquities, odds and ends, things that are either old or magical or both. What exactly are you looking for?
Just anything like a magical flute, perhaps.
Okay.
Is there anything that might be from the same era or that looks similar to her instrument?
Well, since that one was crafted by a goddess, no.
Worth go.
But
Figured I'd ask.
flute. Yes. Let's see. Because there is. Yeah, fuck it. Okay, yeah. There's a box that you find on one of the shelves that it's imagine like a marble pencil case almost. Or maybe like one of those old cigarette boxes. It folds open, and inside there are 4 slots, 3 of which have something in them. You've got a flute, there is a conductor's baton, there are 2 pieces of white chalk, and then the 4th slot is empty.
That's um
I know what it
like a
sounds like,
small
but it's not a
box or-
puzzle. It's just a box.
okay. Emil, mind if I take this flute?
Help
Take
yourself.
everything.
Oh yeah, I mean if it's small enough, I'll take the whole thing if he's cool.
I mean, that's the thing, is that he's not going to stop you unless whatever the hell it is you're trying to grab seems like it's dangerous.
Okay, I'll take the whole thing then.
Sure. Supply yourself. And even then, I'm pretty sure that if you wanted to, you could probably take it regardless, but he's going to be the person in the room that goes, you shouldn't touch that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm happy. I'm following Dadu.
Okay. What about Kelly? Is there anything you were looking for in particular?
I'm curious about the porthole. Like we did not circle back to that. So, do they go anywhere? Like, or does he always just get sucked to the coldness? Like, why was the?
So, let's go into more depth there. You would know with that nat 20 you got on that portable hole that what Emir experienced, it isn't normal for that kind of thing. A portable hole is meant to bridge the gap between 2 places, not 2 planes. So, like, for instance, if you threw it up against a door, all of a sudden you would have a hole in the door you could walk through. If you throw it up against a wall, it's up to, I think it's up to 3 feet thick. You just get a hole in the wall you can step through, that kind of thing, or in a floor or a ceiling or whatever. It doesn't give you like a portal between planes.
Okay, so it's not like we could go, hey, we want to go in Arvar's tower and like poof, it takes us there. No, it's just okay.
Yeah, it's basically like the ultimate lock pick in the way that you throw it up against any surface and it doesn't matter if it's locked, you're going through.
Okay.
So if we were to get to Ivor's tower and we needed a way in, you could slap it against the side of the tower, pop right in there.
Mhm.
But we'd have to be there first.
Correct. Yes, Brooke.
Is that like the thing in the D&D movie where they have the hole in the bottom of the wagon and then
Yes.
yeah.
Except they use it with that staff, the hither thither staff that they invented for the movie. But yes, that's the entire like purpose of a portable hole, is that you put it up against one surface and then you can transfer through that surface to the other side of it. Where in their case, they were making basically portals where you could go in one wherever the hell it was and then out the other one wherever the hell that is.
Okay.
So
it's a
this
little-
is it. This is a straight tunnel that's connected on both sides, where the other one is like point A and point B connect
Magic.
logically somehow and not physically.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
It's like got a hole in me pocket Beatles movie, and rather than the Beatles or the Beauty and the Beast mirrored, show me where I am. Like it's just different magic.
You got it so hard. I used to use that as the example for portable holes, but nobody had ever seen the fucking Beatles movie but me.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yes, yes, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. You throw it
Yay,
down,
blue
you can climb
beanie.
inside. Yes.
a movie night. I don't think it's that movie.
It is
Yellow
an acid-
Submarine?
It is an
Oh,
acid.
it's a beautiful movie.
It is wonderful. So colorful, amazing music. The plot is sometimes complex, but also simple.
All right, so now we're all following Dadu out of the shop.
Well, I was going to finish up with Torch.
Oh,
You also made a comment of when we light weapons. So like, is there like light, like lightning weapons against what we're gonna fight?
So that's the thing, is that there isn't anything that's considered a light weapon. What there are, though, is the light spell. And there is also something called moon silver. And moon silver is, it's silver, but it's silver that is reflective off of any light to the brightest of degrees. Like, you could light a candle in a cave and it's dark in every direction, and if you shine it off the reflective edge of your moon silver blade, it lights the whole cavern.
So I could just pick up some of this moon silver and put it on anything?
You could, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily, like, think of it like any other metal. Like, you a coin, turn it, like you could make it into a sword or
Oh, it's not like fairy dust. Okay.
like fairy dust. No. No, it's like an actual mineral. Unlike poop.
Hey, yeah, that's right. Poop has minerals in it, but it is not a mineral.
Damn it.
But I wanted to be clear about what happened. The description of what happened inside of that cabinet is not a thing that should be attributed to a portable hole.
Okay.
However, some other things that you should know about a portable hole that are incredibly helpful. First of all, is that they can be handled easily. Like, you can pull it out of there and have it in your hands without having to worry about it hurting you. Like, you can, even if you wanted to, flop it over your whole body, it's not going to hurt you. Until it goes flat against a surface, it's basically like a robe or a carpet or a long piece of silk. Like, it's very thin, fibrous material, and it's incredibly easy for it to slip through your fingers. That's the reason why a lot of people keep it inside of like glass jars and bottles and things like that, because it's way easier to carry it around and not have to worry about it opening up. The other side on that, though, is that while they are incredibly inert in those places, once you put one down, it takes an entire action to pick it back up. So outside of combat, not a big deal. But inside of combat, that means your whole turn will be spent taking the thing off or putting it down if you're using it in combat. The reason why that matters is because it is the kind of thing, it's a potion, technically. So I usually rule that potions are a free action to just pop the top and drink it yourself. It is not the case with this because of the way that it works, because you have to be able to like hold the edges of it and push it out to where it's supposed to go, like you're trying to make it flat. As soon as it's flat, it goes, and it is. But those are things that, since you got a nat 20, you basically know everything there is to know about this thing. And all the info I've given you right now is basically everything I could think you'd need to know about this thing. But in a hypothetical scenario, further down the line, where something comes up where you're like, can a portable hole do that? I am welcoming you asking me, and I will figure it out in the moment.
Sounds good. I just wanted to make sure I knew if it could fly us off anywhere we wanted, because I was going to be excited about that, but no.
Unfortunately, it's not that powerful. No, but it is super, super strong. Okay.
Right? I like the moon silver, right? Right? Can we just grab some because we can?
So keep in mind, like I was saying, Emil's shop is more of your antiquities and magical trinkets type of shop, not a weapons shop. So if you're looking for something that is made out of metal, you're likely either going to be looking in somebody's like metallurgy, blacksmithing shop,
Okay.
that type of thing, where you can find those things. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have it made into weaponry or armor, but it is the kind of thing that it's usually made into because it makes you incredibly easy to like walk around in dark caves and survive. Things that don't like the light stay away from you. But it's also moon silver, while it is not like as common as say copper, is not an incredibly hard material to find or mine. So basically any major city will have it. You just got to go by where they would use it to make things. But yeah, so everybody else was heading out the door.
Real quick, if you don't mind, I kind of squandered my turn and I should have asked Emil what the hell I was picking up. Can I do that quick?
Oh yeah, yeah. You didn't squander your turn. Yeah. You're always well. I mean, it's not like he was going to end up going with you, so he was still going to be there either way. But yeah, you wanted to know about the flute?
Just the whole package, really.
Oh,
What's this kind of thing?
so most of the things in there are for training purposes. The chalk is going to automatically go and write out all of your music on any stone surface. The baton is going to strike any musical instruments within a 60-foot radius to attention. And the flute is going to lead anyone in melody. If you use all three in conjunction, you can start your own little concert.
Hey, that's cool. I like it. Thank you.
Okay, so we're following Dadu out of the shop now.
Yes. I assume, unless there's anyone else. Cool.
Curious, Kelly, what do you think of my idea?
Tuwahaha. He said no.
He did not say no. He just said,
Well, right. We have to go hunting for it.
What?
Think for what?
Flubber?
moon silver arrowheads would be awesome for her. So we should keep that in mind.
It is also the kind of thing that, well, it doesn't really matter that much. It's the kind of thing that you would find in the Northern Mountains. So it's not something that would come from the dagger spine. It would, however, be the kind of thing that people in Ryan's tribe are used to using. Shining, glowing metal.
Ah,
It may or may not also be something that we could find in the shop that we're headed to, being we're headed to an armor shop.
It's a blacksmith forge, so yeah.
I'm not going there to shop, but I am going there.
They're an armorer and weaponsmithing boutique. So yeah, everybody heads out back across the square, I assume, then over to the other side to the forge.
Now, is Emil coming with us or not?
Emil is going to come back to the square, but he's not going to head with you into the other building. Because as soon as all of you are done inside of his shop, he's going to lock his shop. And then he's heading back out to where all of the other townspeople are to see if there's anything he can do to help people.
I mean, that's fair. We have a portable hole. We can really get back in there anytime we want.
You can.
That's chaotic neutral.
Are we going to have a chaotic neutral off now?
Whereas River would say, "Oh, look, if I get locked out of my house, I can fix that and get back in." And Lord Daddy says, "Oh, look, if I get locked out of your house, I can get back in."
is this the same blacksmith shop that I got my armor from?
No.
Okay.
No, you got yours from up in Lost Forge. This isn't even like the same level of armory. When they talked about where you should go to buy arms and armor, it was in Lost Forge, not because it was the only place, because it was the best place. Every artisan that makes the best quality arms and armor is out of that area of town. Where you're at right now is the trade district, which means that this is the place where they are going to be selling the most things, more likely, because more traders come and go out of this area. The
Okay.
person The person that works here, while they might not be doing as high a quality work of the people up in Lost Forge, is doing more work per capita than anyone, which would mean that they likely have more tools, more materials, bigger forge.
Gotcha.
And also, they're not there right now. This place was boarded up, wasn't it?
It wasn't boarded up, but it was closed up. The windows were shuttered, the door was closed, but you could see light from the forge coming through the window, like through the gaps in the windows.
Yeah, I'm going in there. I will knock politely to see if anybody opens the door.
Okay. You knock and the door creaks open slightly. And as it does, you can hear the ringing sound of metal on metal as hammer hits steel. And you can see a shower of sparks fly up into the air. But you can't see the forge yet from your angle.
All right, well, yeah, I'm gonna proceed in.
Okay.
I would like to keep my eye out for three things. Some kind of crossbow, some kind of specialty, or does crossbow bolt tools mean anything? Does that make sense?
I know what you're talking about, but they're not a thing that exists.
Okay.
I should mention before we go in here, you all are likely to meet a very powerful being. If you think the Weaver could be scary, you haven't seen anything. The Weaver is kind. The Weaver is great. This person is the goddess of the forge and war. Respect her, or I will kill you. Is that understood?
You hear a hissing sound from inside of the room as metal is quenched. It's so loud, it sounds like 100,000 vipers filling your ears. And as that sound fills you, the last words of Lord Dadu sink in. That this is not something that you've encountered before. And it is dangerous enough that he is asking you to go nicely.
I'll reword. While we're traveling in here, if we happen to see a crossbow and crossbow bolts for sale, and a regular kite shield for sale, I also have a real quick question for Kelly. How many items do you have attuned?
Hmm. I know I
On your
have the
in-
coin, right? Hmm.
You have the
On your inventory list, there should be a attunement button.
I have the coin and the cloak.
Okay. Miles, if we happen to find a kite shield in here for sale, please let me know.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Lord Dadu pushes the door open and steps inside. From that quench that just happened, this entire room is filled with steam, but you can still feel the heat inside here. Hotter than you could imagine a room this size. Hot enough that the stones in the walls are beginning to glow. The smoke is rising up into the ceiling, and you can see it seeping between the thatched roof, almost like fingers through hair. And behind this billowing white and gray cloud, you can hear and see as a hammer falls down hard. The size of this isn't the size that you would see among anyone here. This isn't even, it doesn't make sense. As the steam dissipates and you see this person that stands probably about a good 12, maybe 13 feet tall. Her legs are as big around as Amir's trunk. She's wearing this battle-ridden armor, just covered in scars and pierce marks. And up from fingertip to elbow is soot. In each hand, She holds a very, very large hammer, and her golden glowing eyes stare down at you with this contempt for mortality that you haven't felt from anything. She hits the anvil hard enough to break it in half and leaves the hammer where it sits. And you see her step down, and that is when you realize that she was actually standing within the forge. As the stones, hot with all of her fury, flake off and fall down around her. Hello, son.
Good evening, mother.
I knew you'd call me.
No, 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 no. Amir backs up, steps out the building. Nope.
It was
Don't
only
mind him.
it was
What?
only a matter of time.
Hmm.
He'll stay within earshot, but he's not being in that building. Just
Um,
The situation called for it.
I would like everyone that is within this building right now to make a charisma saving throw.
see, that's why.
You have a +7 to it.
Charisma saving.
Correct.
I rolled a -1.
No, you rolled a 1.
I rolled a 0.
Wait a minute. That's a check, not a save.
check.
How do you- Oh, the
Yeah.
save is
Right? Was that a? Yeah. Wait.
sorry.
That's okay.
Tonks, yes, yours was a save.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, does Lord Daddy get to do this with advantage? It's his mom. Just wondering.
Uh, sure. It looks like though, Kelly, I got a charisma check from Torch, but not a save.
Yeah. Where's?
So are you on the website?
Yeah.
Okay, so all of your regular stuff should be up at the top. Your saving throws are at the left, underneath like strength and dex.
And it says saving throws.
Strength, dex, saving throws, setting.
So you just have to click the number next to it.
Yeah, so where it says saving throw,
Oh,
menu, there you go. You got
There
it.
you go.
Okay, awesome. That means that, well, that means that Tonks and Dadu made it.
Wait a minute. I have Iron Spine.
Uh-huh.
made it.
I would guess that means Iron Spine passes, but you don't.
See,
Don't give them ideas. What's Iron Spine's charisma?
Iron Spine also fails.
Ah,
I have his item sheet in front of me, and he has a +2 to that save. So, no,
so don't we get +4 together?
no, no, because no.
I'm trying, William. I'm trying. Okay, so what happens because I failed the save?
Both of you are now under the stunned effect, which means that you are basically stuck where you are. You are your speed or movement speed has been reduced to 0, and you are unable to move in any direction.
I need to re-roll. Somebody help me, please. I cannot be.
So
So,
Tonks
Dad,
alone-
you knew you're gonna walk in and piss off your mom. Just
I
let
did
us
not-
walk in.
That's the thing is that there's a lot of shit going on before you even got here.
Like no warning.
I
By
mean,
the way, hi
if,
mom.
if you were there for backstory night, you should have known it was a bad idea. Okay.
I mean,
I
you're
That-
don't
that would have
disrespect
been
her. We
metagaming,
had it. Did
right?
we disrespected her by walking in?
No. No, what is happening right now is the same shit that the Weaver was doing when you were in her presence, except it is active where she was passive. That is,
somebody help me re-roll, please.
Fine. It's
Um,
not gonna kill us.
what it is right now is that you are now under a fear effect.
I understand that. I don't want to be. It really fucks up what I was planning on doing. So somebody please help me get out of this stun.
I
How?
understand, but you understand that. I was explaining it to Kelly because she asked me.
Oh, okay. Well, you addressed me specifically. I thought you were talking to me.
We'll help you if
Anyway, so because you're underneath this effect right now, you are unable to move. It's not because she's pissed off and cast a spell at you. This is just an ambient effect that happens to her. It's the same.
Ah.
There's an effect like this that happens with dragons too, that when you're within their lair, you just are succumb to that fear unless you've got something that can dispel it. Because
How long?
you're in a place where they live and they will eat you here. Other things around you show signs that they will eat you here. That's effectively what's happening now, is that you now have encountered the goddess of the forge in a forge.
How long?
This is her domain. Even if this building is only so big, you are now inside of what she controls in all entirety. And you and your mortality have just sort of understood that. And while Tonks is somehow totally okay with that, maybe it's because Tonks has interacted with gods before and just been totally fine. But the other two of you are like stuck still. Like, if I move, is she going to kill me?
Well, they can still speak, can't they? They just can't move, right?
They can still speak. They just cannot take any actions that would be aggressive towards the target or would allow them to move away from the target.
Oh, me. How long does it last?
You get to make a check every turn.
Thank you. I've been trying to ask that question for a long time.
There's a button on Zoom that allows you to raise your hand.
Okay. Thanks.
If the paladin says no, we should go.
So is she gonna talk again?
Ah. Let me get myself back to where I was. You couldn't handle this job by yourself, and so you had to call on mommy. That's okay. It's all right. I'll clean up for you.
Amir takes another step back.
Pitiful little worm.
Wait, did she just call me a worm? I missed the first part of that.
She said the words pitiful little worm and let you decide what that meant. Caught inside a trap. Like vermin. Pathetic. You can do better than that. I don't forge broken weapons.
Understood, mother. And I will do better. This world will know and fear my name. That you can be sure of. But I didn't call you here to save me.
It certainly seems that way.
And it might. I called you here as more of a matter of respect.
You respect me now.
No, I never said that. I said it was a matter of respect. And the respect I mean by that is the entity known as Ivor pocketed this dimension or this area, cutting you out of it, which means any ward he forged here, he forged without your knowing, blessing, or giving homage to you. In addition to that, he and his Lieutenant Scoball took out your great forge, thereby cutting off all the forge artisans in this area from paying homage to you. And while you and I'll say have our differences, I do think people who are using the forge and waging war should definitely be paying the correct homage to you.
Cunning, I'll give you that.
You don't make broken weapons.
What would it look like if the goddess of war broke up a fight?
I'm not asking you to break up a fight.
And what is it that you're asking me then, darling?
After we kill Scoball, the one who I perceive as helping, actually, the one who was in charge of the Iron Barons, the one who was supposed to be the one calling out to you for his great forge and for everyone in there. After we destroy him and throw his body in the great forge, I would like your help in relighting it. For the artisans there do respect you, and I do believe that it should be relit. That is all I need of you. And I wanted this place to know that the goddess of war is watching.
She sets down her other hammer and kneels down so that she is now eye to eye with you. And there is a very, very long pause as she is sizing you up. All right. How about we make a bargain? You want to do this. You want my help. Then you will pay just like every other one of my wretched little followers does. You will give me tribute, and then I will help you.
River's gonna speak up. River can speak, right?
You can now make a roll.
Oh,
No, I mean, you can definitely speak, but since you're right, now you can both make a roll in there to see if you can move again.
yeah.
Is
I-
now really where you want to talk?
Still a no.
Can I
that-
help
still
her?
a No. Huh?
Hey, I
Can I
just need to
help
be.
No, not on this, unfortunately. But Ironspine gets another one.
Can I help her?
No, not on this. Not on this save. On checks, yes. On saves, no. So, no, that's a miss.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
I can
keep her
see.
talking.
No, I want to. River is going to say something.
Yeah, you can still talk. It's just your role was to see if you regained the ability to move around and do stuff.
Not worried about moving right now. I just want to say something. What's her name? Hex?
Hedora or Hadari.
Hidari?
Hadari.
Adari?
Hadari. the name.
HIDAR.
Okay, so River's gonna talk to Hidari. Oh great goddess Hidari. It's very reasonable that you would demand tribute to help us with something like this. Ooh, that's the picture of her? Okay, badass. And in tribute, I offer you this staff.
The entire time that River is talking, Lord Dadu and Hidari's eyes don't part
Mhm.
until you said staff. And then she looked at you. I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
God damn it. I have been rolling for shit tonight.
Okay,
Can she be assisted here?
she cannot. It's a save. It's not a check.
Oh, gotcha,
Check
gotcha.
does
Sorry.
not
I
save.
re-roll.
Do you have any inspiration?
She does not.
Do I have any inspiration?
You do not have any inspiration, my love. I am sorry.
Am I out of luckies? Or have I had a long rest?
Actually, that's a damn good point. I forgot. Ryan, you remembered immediately too, right?
Yes, she's got lucky.
I forgot. I forget all the time that River actually has the feat lucky.
So, and that means I can re-roll 3 times.
Get
And
me
I used
over-
those when I was trying to let go of Iron Spine in the ethereal plane.
That's
But we've
right.
had a rest since then, right?
No, you have not done a long rest. That's the thing. You cannot use your lucky because you used all 3 trying to break from Iron Spine.
May
So
I
once you complete a
I
long
offered
rest,
her
you'll get
the
those back.
staff. Okay, I offered her the staff. She looked at me. I failed the throw. What
You
happened?
failed this Constitution saving throw, and you feel this sickness hit you in the pit of your stomach, and you throw up hard. And
Throw.
what comes up is just blood. She is about to deal you some damage.
Heather, come back.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, as just the look from Hidari is enough to harm you.
Like a punch in the gut.
Uh,
Okay, where do I do that? Oh, hit points.
Do I see this?
No, you left the room.
Just checking.
Yeah. So then she leans forward and stands back at her full height and steps closer to you. You're now looking, she's about maybe 3 or 4 feet away from where you're standing. So looking up at her is a lot.
Mhm.
And what would you think that you can do for me? Lord Dadu needs to make a charisma saving throw.
That's a nat 20.
It's a nat fucking 20.
Yes.
So I'm going to describe what happens, Ryan, but it is absolutely not enough to shake Lord Dadu. As this is happening, he immediately is able to understand that what is going on is not Hidari moving closer to River to possibly accept whatever the heck it is River has to give her. It is Hidari moving closer to find a very, very scared person before she kills them.
Oh.
Uh,
She doesn't want.
what is going on right now is that a mortal has dared to fucking speak directly to her.
Yeah, to offer her a really cool weapon to the
Doesn't-
goddess of forge and war.
You are not
Quick
talking to that kind of god.
Can I ask you a quick question?
This is not that kind of god. Yeah, ask whatever you want.
I am in possession of an inspiration point. Would it be of assistance to Brooke in this moment?
Not right now, no, because it's already passed by.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay.
But I mean, it is a thing that you can grant other people.
Okay.
But anyway, at this point, really what it is that River, and for that matter, Ironspine are already struck with fear enough that they can't move. They're the only thing in this room that are still under the effect of that. And right now, you know, Ryan, that Hidari is looking down at them with disgust and disdain. And the only thing that was keeping her eyes off of them was you.
So I need to re-engage my mother in conversation. I need
That
to
is-
bring the conversation back.
That is 100% the only thing that Lord Dadu is aware right now, is that if he can get her back, then this won't happen. But does he care enough to stop her? Or would that be a bad enough thing to harm him?
Lord Dadu just spoke not too long ago to the entire group that we were going to need everybody here to beat Ivor. Lord Dadu knows what the goal is, and therefore the goal right now means River needs to stay alive. So Lord Dadu is absolutely going to re-engage in conversation with his mother.
Okay. So-
Well played, Ryan. That was excellent.
It's about the goal, remember? I've never tried to kill Ymir just out of spite. Always almost killed Ymir because Ymir got in the way.
Okay.
River has in fact gotten in the way of this conversation. However, we need River to beat the rest of the people here. And to boot, Lord Dadu isn't a fan of Ironspine. So it was a great shot.
So, knowing that, what is Lord Dadu going to do or say?
Okay, before I go into that and everything, with rolling a nat 20, it's gonna succeed, right? Because I've
The nat 20 on your charisma save is the thing that made it so that you can overcome the overpowering weight that is the charisma of a goddess.
well, yeah.
Her ominous presence alone, if you are on the receiving end of that sword, is a bad thing.
Mother, you mentioned paying homage to you. And I will do so. In fact, I will use my Hexblade. It will be used. And you will be paid homage every time my blade strikes.
She stops moving and looks back over at you.
And as she looks back over at me and everything, I want her eyes to also just catch half of what's coming out from my belt buckle or my belt, which part of which is the different sigils that I've collected, but also half of that mask.
The cackling, wailing laugh that comes out of this goddess is terrifying. It isn't jovial or uplifting or bubbly. It's the kind of thing you hear right before somebody drives a stake through your heart. It's the laughter of hyenas before they devour you. It's the laughter as you slip off the plank.
Do I hear this from
Done.
outside?
What'd you say?
Done.
William asked if he could hear this happening from outside.
Make a perception check.
Cat.
I'd be surprised if Ivor didn't hear that cackle.
Hmm.
Oh.
Oh no.
Probably not.
No, what everyone inside of the forge is unaware is that after Veneer left, what happened was the remainder of the people that were in that square decided that it was the perfect time for band practice. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, a band.
Yeah. No, for some reason you're completely unaware of what's going on. Whatever is going on inside of that room has just passed you by. Maybe you were really deep in thought. Maybe you were really deep in sandwich. It's hard to say. Um, you want a little bit of help? I can do that. I don't want you to kill another thing without that blade until the end of this year.
For reference, like how long's the end of the year?
It's effectively about 2 more months.
As you wish.
I was hoping for 10.
What?
I was hoping for 10.
Oh, no. No, you're already like, it just became autumn. So you're like in the end of the year. And then yes, I will help you light the forge. It's the least I could do for your people. She says that in the way that somebody might say scum. You know, you really have fallen in with quite the crowd. Your father would be proud of you.
They're a useful bunch. Even the paladin. From time to time, he's even useful.
Well, isn't that fun?
However, the tabaxi, when she was offering that to you, was not meaning disrespect. She is rather young and hasn't left this city. She was just trying to offer you something that we little people see as a very, very powerful weapon.
Power is all in observation.
Indeed.
She reaches back behind her and grabs the staff out of your hand and pulls it from your paw.
Okay.
You need to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, these are fun. Anybody got an inspiration point?
Other than
She can have my inspiration point.
Okay.
It's not worth it. I'm just gonna take some damage. I mean, I don't know how much damage, but because that's a wisdom saving throw against Iron Spine, right?
You take 12 points of psychic damage.
Okay. Is there a way
Ouch.
for me? Is there a way on D&D Beyond to tell it specifically what type of damage? I don't see that. I only see that I can put the damage.
There isn't. The only reason why that ever really matters is for if you have resistances or if you're under the effect of spells that would prevent it. Like there are different magic items you can have that'll make it so like you can't take fire damage. So if I say, okay, that's 30 fire damage, you're like, actually, I'm immune.
Okay, am I immune to anything because of Iron Spine? Oh no, it's him dealing the damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have this staff anymore.
Or
Us?
psychic damage is a little bit important because once it goes to 0, it affects a different, it doesn't affect your constitution, it affects other things.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, we're just like thick in the healing potions right now, so I think it's good.
and let's not forget, there's all those townspeople outside who love you, who can restore the hand for you.
here is a thing though. As she takes that staff out of River's hand, there is no amount of noise outside that can quiet down that scream that you hear come out of her. The psychic damage that happens is as this thing claws into the deepest, nastiest, most horrible, painful parts of your brain and rips them all up to the surface and makes you relive them in real time.
Ugh.
Yeah, so what you see in real life is this quick. What River experiences is years and years of the worst things that have ever happened to her all at once.
Mm.
And yes, Amir, without having
Oh,
to make any
okay.
roll, you definitely could hear River scream.
No hesitation. I rush back inside.
You rush back inside to the Jolly Green Giant holding on to Iron Spine. And River is now like wincing in pain. Hidari walks over to Dadu and then kneels back down again. And that's about the time that she notices that Amir has come back. Oh, it's you. This toothpick is the thing that's been bothering you. She looks at Lord Dadu. This thing? It's trivial. It's barely 5 pounds of mithril. And you see with one thumb, she bends it down until it's at a right angle. Now let's go light my forge.
Let's indeed.
Have you seen your uncle since you got here?
You know, I have to be honest. Has anybody ever seen or not seen Uncle? As he comes and goes as he pleases, and no one can ever, I mean, none of us can tell who he is or isn't. I'm sure you can, but we can't. So, to be honest, I can't answer you. His mask is here. So at some point he was around. But other than that, I cannot say.
I believe you because you're not a good enough liar to get through that one.
Brr.
Mir, don't say that out loud.
If you
Don't.
if you were Scipio, you'd say the same thing, but you'd find a much better way of saying it. It's
What was that last part you said?
I said, it's okay. You'll get stronger one day, little one.
Full disclosure, the hairs on the back of my neck actually just stood up. Dude, that was good. That was out of character. I'm saying Miles. Oh my, Jesus.
So Hidari returns to the forge, sinking deep, about waist deep in, and grabbing both of her hammers on the way down. I'll be there at the end, one way or the other. I always am. And then
Well
she
met, mother. We will see you there.
sits down Terminator style into the coals.
Mm-mm.
As she's sinking, Lord Daddy is going to say, "Well met, mother. We will see you there."
Mm.
And there's a sizzle and a pop, and she's gone.
Lord Dad is going to instantly turn around to River and say, "Well, that was excruciating, but at least it worked."
Hey, wisdom is not my highest stat. Just saying. Neither is intelligence. Yeah. Wisdom and intelligence are my lower stats, so you know,
For
Okay.
future reference, my
he
young
does stupid brave things sometimes.
for future reference, my young brave thing. There are some gods and goddesses that might be completely okay with you talking to them. Like the Weaver, if we meet her again, she might be okay with it. She's rather pleasant to most people. My mother and everything, not really a person you should try to talk to.
Yeah, I don't worry. I don't think I'll be talking to any more celestial beings.
But you're talking to a half celestial now.
Well, fuck off then. Anybody got?
And that's where I'm gonna call game.
We still need to get back to the Rottens and take a long rest.
Didn't happen this game, Ryan.
Damn it! Come on! We can't go into battle until after we've done that.
I mean, you can. It just won't work well.
It is not a good idea to go into battle until after we've done a long rest.
Can we just
What
say
if,
that we
what if
do?
we say like between this session and the next, we're
Well,
taking,
we're all just gonna camp out in the old forge that we're in right now.
why the hell not? The city's all FUBAR.
Hey, for some of us, this place feels pretty good.
I like the way she thinks.
I like the
Oh.
warm stones. I want to curl up.
Probably is warm in there.
And not
Miles,
only
can we do that?
Not only that, but you also have to consider that even though this is just like some sort of blacksmith's weapon shop, and it's basically abandoned since, you know, the city is under siege, it is also technically a temple to your mother.
Yes, I say we take the long rest now.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
And certainly the townspeople heard me scream, and somebody came to find out what happened, and they like brought us food and bedrolls and
You're saying that you screamed and then they gave you room service?
But they gave her hospital service.
They gave you
That's
turn
correct.
down service. They're like, oh no, I heard that. I heard you scream. Let me get you mints.
no, they like first aid and food.
Do we have time for 3 real quick things, or do we need to end?
So I want to make sure that this part is wrapped up, and then I'm good to talk about whatever. So definitively, this is where we are stopping, is here inside of the forge. Ryan, I am not going to say we took a long rest yet. I will, however, hold on. I will, however, say that as long as everyone here agrees that a long rest is the next thing on the table, that will be the next thing we're doing in this game. Because it seems like we talk about this at the end of session, and then by the time we start the next session, everyone's gung-ho to do a thing, and we all forget we need rest. And isn't that just like us in real life anyway? Gosh.
I was gonna say that.
But we're trying to declare it right now, and you're like, no, next game. We're trying to declare right now that we're taking a long rest, and you're saying no.
Because
Well,
that's because
To be
things
fair, he
happen.
called game before we said rest.
Bingo. I did.
Yeah, we didn't have the opportunity to say we were doing anything.
It's fine. We'll
But
take it at the beginning
the
of the next
time.
round. It's important to have it at a time that we're around, because things can happen when we take a long rest. We could get attacked.
Not only that, but while I'm sure everyone there wants to rest, and I am aware everyone's on the page now. The thing that is not officially, at least narratively resolved, is that River just got basically attacked by a goddess, and Amir found out about that and saw it in real time. And then that whole thing resolved with the goddess leaving before anyone could say more shit to her, really, except for Ryan. So all of you are just sort of in this place where Lord Dadu totally okay with what that interaction was. Everyone else, what the fuck was that?
Three things in game. Is it cool, or should I'll save them?
They're in character things. Then I would save them, because
Okay.
we're picking up here next time. If you want, you're welcome to message me about them if you want to get them out of your head. I'm perfectly fine with that, and I don't build game around whatever your things are. So
I'll just stick to one. Just one tonight, and I'll send the other two to you. The rod, did she take it with her, destroy it? I think I missed that. Okay.
So
was it.
what Emir didn't witness was her bending it in half. Like at
Bend it in
a right angle.
Okay.
And then she left with it. She bent it in order to show Lord Dadu how absolutely pitiful he was that he couldn't overcome some bullshit little magic item.
Mhm.
That's Stone Cold.
That's the thing, like that's the overarching thing that you should figure out by this point is that no matter how deeply mean Lord Dadu has ever been to Emir, it came from somewhere.
That's legit.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording, but before I do, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on record that you've now leveled.
Yay.
Do we know what we got for experience points?
I'm just gonna call it level.
Okay.
All right.
Like 500 and something. We're just gonna call it flat, and you are now level 7, and we'll start from XP there next time.
Congratulations, everybody. Sorry.
Now,
Hey.
before everyone gets ahead of themselves, though, you do not get to start using any of your new leveled stuff until you take a long rest.
Right.
Like, because you're effectively not leveled until you take that now. So while I encourage and really, really encourage you to go ahead and level your character up, know that next time, since everyone's already said, we really want to take a long rest, that you definitely should if you want any of that new shit.
I actually wanted to ask everybody about that. As as one of the primary as one of the two primary melee characters, what do you guys think? Should I go another level in Paladin, or should I maybe get a level in Fighter to get some of those abilities?
Ooh.
So Fighter's a good way to build a pally. It just depends on how you want to stack them. Throwing in fighter levels gives you more tank ability, like you can hold on to bigger weapons and have better armor. But it's really more than anything about the ability scores and the feats. When it comes to a fighter. I think that if you're going to look at crossing out of Paladin, something that I would recommend looking into is maybe look at Ranger.
Ooh.
So Paladins are, for lack of a better terminology, holy warriors. They have a purpose, they have a code that they're following. Rangers do the same thing, and on top of that, they have a favored enemy. There's something that they know the insides and outsides of so well, so they are going to try and go and hunt it.
Thank you. Good call. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to see what it looks like for you, but it's a really fun way to stack that.
Cool. Hell yeah. Thank you.
Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.